All right, and then I did want to make people available. So I always hesitate to raise things that are not yet in effect, because I don't want anybody to panic and think that it is effective and that things have changed. But I did want to at least let everybody know, to the extent that you don't already, the Biden administration has proposed an update to the FFCRAs, because we talked about this last time, that the FFCRA has run out. Everybody knows that. The only way it's still in effect is that employers can voluntarily permit people to take that time if they hadn't already used it by the end of the year, and take a tax write-off for it, a tax credit for it. But if the employees had used their time by the end of last year, there is no more time and there's no current FFCRA in effect. However, as I said, the Biden administration has proposed a new plan under what's called the America Rescue Plan. This has not passed anything. It's not effective, so I don't want anybody to panic. But I did want to make employers aware that if this were to go into effect, it's very different than last year's FFCRA. First of all, it would mean that the FFCRA would be reinstated. So I presume that means going back to the first of the year retroactively, although I don't know, obviously I don't know if that's for sure the case. And it would be extended through September 30 of this year. There are some major differences between what's been proposed and what was the prior FFCRA. For instance, the proposal would lift the 500 employee cap. So it would be applicable to all employers regardless of size, because you recall that the prior FFCRA did not apply to employers who had 500 or more employees. This one would. It would apply to all employers regardless of size. It would eliminate the exception or the exemption for healthcare workers, first responders, and small employers. So that's a very significant change, because many small employers and many healthcare providers took advantage of the exemption to not provide FFCRA to their employees. This would eliminate that exemption. It also would expand the total leave entitlement to 14 weeks. And then the last thing that it would do, well, there's some payroll tax credit stuff, but we all know that I don't know enough about that to speak intelligently about it. So I have to leave that to the accountants. But what it also would do is expand the reasons for which an employee could take FFCRA to include a need to take time off to get the vaccination. So in addition to covering what it already covered, which was limited to treatment for COVID or caring for someone who had it or waiting for treatment or a kid out of school, it now would also include time off to actually get the vaccination. So again, not effective at this point. No idea what will happen with that, but that's the current proposal.